So the big story of the morning is daredevil Felix Baumgartner. He will attempt to become the first skydiver to break the sound barrier. He will jump from the edge of the Earth's atmosphere over to Mexico. Our News 13's David Romero joins us live from the Newsplex with much more on this much anticipated attempt, David. And we're all going to get a chance to see his jump as it happens.
Elizabeth, you can see it as it happens, and this is a real elaborate website. It has everything tracking his feet per minute as he's falling, how fast he's going, the ground speed, everything that you can possibly imagine that you want to measure on Mr. Baumgartner's fall. And of course, the countdown clock, as you can see, is ticking. It's about 57 minutes, under 40 seconds right now. It's going to happen hopefully within the show, and we can bring it to you live. And of course, organizers are still counting on this jump happening with some cooperation from the weather. And that means no more than a 2-mile-per-hour wind gust on the ground. And okay, if we can get a tight shot of this on the screen, you can see just how elaborate this website is. Now, of course, fearless Felix Baumgartner, the 43-year-old Austrian military parachutist and extreme athlete, will be ascending into the stratosphere using a helium-filled balloon, which, according to the Jump website, is higher than the Space Needle in Seattle, Washington, when it finally expands. And of course, that's going to happen as it gets further into the skies. Now, there is danger from beginning to end in the entire jump, but NASA scientists are counting on learning a lot from the experiment, including being able to better develop pressurized suits similar to the one Baumgartner will be using. They hope that future astronauts can use some of the same technology, which may help them if they have to exit a space vehicle at a high altitude. Now, again, if you want to log on to this website this morning, it is redbullstratos.com/live, and you can see there's a lot of well-wishers over here for Fearless Felix's jump, and you can get more details on everything. They have a gallery. They highlight the team, the technology that's going into it, and of course a blog. And hopefully we will be bringing you more throughout the morning as it happens. And of course, we want you to be able to track it, and let's wish Fearless Felix well. Elizabeth, back to you.
David, thank you. Fearless Felix, by the way, has made more than 2,500 jumps from planes, helicopters, landmarks, and skyscrapers. He's been preparing for this leap for about 5 years and says this will be his last one. New this morning, a fire breaks out in southeast Albuquerque. This happened around 3 this morning on General Chestnut, just south of Copper. Firefighters were able to put it out. Investigators believe that the cause was electrical. No one inside was at home at the time. We'll keep you posted on any new developments. We have learned an Albuquerque student is not facing charges this morning after police say the student threatened one of his classmates.
I think this many this close together is kind of outside the norm.
Now, they say this was the third threat they heard about in less than a month. Police say an 8th grader at Holy Ghost Catholic School told fellow students that he was going to bring a gun to school and shoot another student in the head because he was apparently being picked on. The school called police. Authorities took the boy in for a mental evaluation. We have learned the father and stepmother of a 4-year-old girl have been charged with their daughter's death. Police say the toddler was found barely breathing Saturday at a southeast Albuquerque home. She died at the hospital. Her dad, Anthony Chavez, and stepmother, Gayla Hernandez, told deputies that the girl was attacked by a pit bull and that she had fallen off of a scooter, among other things. But investigators didn't buy it. The couple is now charged with child abuse resulting in death. This morning, investigators are trying to figure out what led to the death of a missing Tucumcari woman. Kimberly Drummond was last seen in mid-September. Friday, her body was found near a reservoir outside of Tucumcari. Now, police say she was last seen with 45-year-old Frank Keller. He was found in Las Vegas, Nevada, driving her car. He was arrested on another charge. Keller has not been charged yet with her death. The woman convicted of killing a bicyclist a couple of years ago is scheduled to be sentenced today. Miranda Pacheco could spend up to 90 days in jail. She was convicted of careless driving last week. Prosecutors initially charged her with vehicular manslaughter, but her first trial ended in a hung jury. Now, in her second trial, she was convicted of a much lesser charge. Pacheco says someone cut her off while she was on the road and says that's why she swerved and hit and killed David Anderson. The second suspect in a strip club shooting is expected to face a judge today. APD's gang unit arrested 31-year-old Richard Gallegos yesterday. Police say he and Isaac Montoya were kicked out of Fantasy World near Jefferson and I-25 last month. They say the two shot at a couple of bouncers as they left. Now, the bouncers were hit in the leg but are doing okay. APS is making arrangements to move a bus stop that is next to a sex offender's home. The Volcano Vista High School stop is in a neighborhood just west of Irving and Rainbow, which is near where 49-year-old Craig Dixon lives. Now, in 2001, he was convicted of 2 counts of child molestation. APS tells us it doesn't look at where registered sex offenders live when they map out their bus stops, but the district says it still plans to move this one.
I think it's an okay situation, but I mean, the sex offender is still there. So even if you're a block away, it doesn't stop him or her from finding you.
The district isn't sure when the stop will be moved because they still have to notify parents and students beforehand. They say they haven't had any problems with the registered sex offender. And Albuquerque Public Schools are set to vote on changes to online courses later today. The school board is thinking of rejecting some courses that are taking, they say, nothing more than just being quick credit. That's how they consider these courses to be. These courses are like basketball class or cheerleading class. Now, the school board is expected to vote on the proposal at their committee meeting tonight.